I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-Minute Convos, where I help you create a brand of your own unique real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Marilyn Sutherland. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy to be with you and hear your loving, lilting voice.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a great pleasure to connect with you too. What
Thank
part
you.
of the world are you in right now?
I live in Dallas, Texas.
Wonderful. Do tell me which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history.
Well, I have to say, I found you because several friends have been interviewed by you and they recommended you highly. So, my talent is I'm a relationship and communication coach, and I work mostly with women to let love in and to express their love for others.
Who did you learn that from?
Well, I had a breakthrough about almost 25 years ago, and excuse me, I'm getting over a cold. And I realized that I was not letting love in from people who were offering it to me. It's a story which I won't go into, but I realized I wasn't married and I didn't really want to get married. And I thought I better start letting love in wherever it is. So I opened myself up and my life changed.
That's interesting. Were your parents divorced as well?
No, no, they weren't. They were married for over 50 years. My mom was outgoing and extroverted, and my dad was pretty introverted. And I didn't think their relationship looked like it was that fulfilling for my mother. I mean, my dad was a good guy, but he was just introverted. And in the end, I found out, no, she was like, Marilyn, I love your dad. You're wrong. I'm like, oh, okay. So,
Today, my wife read something from a book she's reading, and it was speaking about how a divorce in a marriage falls on the children. And
yes.
that's why I asked that question. And then we went into a conversation about how even if people stay together and they are married, even though they're together wedded, but in relationship they're separated, how that as well can impact the children.
Yes. Sometimes I think that's more painful for children. It's better to have a healthy relationship where parents are partners and not living together than living together and enemies.
Yeah, because it's truth, isn't it? And truth always stands up better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I believe that too. A lot of times we don't want to feel pain and we don't want to tell the truth, but you don't have to take action, but knowing the truth gives you a place to stand.
Foundation. Why will you continue to repeat this skill now that you've seen the two sides? One being on the longer side of time, right? It was like what, 30 years, right? And
Yeah.
and why will you continue now that you've started letting love in?
Well, as I said, I've been doing it a long time. I think it's so important. All of us, part of the human experience is to have relationships with people, feel safe and known. And I think right now, in the difficult times in our country and in the world, I think one answer is love. When we're kinder and we appreciate other people, then we can collaborate and solve problems and create amazing results.
Amazing audience, you're hearing it live here from Marilyn Sutherland. Again, you can connect with her via your journey to lastinglove.com. Marilyn, tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Well, besides practicing letting love in and expressing my love, I've been really focused on practicing gratitude and kindness over the last 3 years.
How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel happy. Gratitude is really the access to happiness. We think I'll be happy, then I'll be grateful, but it's actually the other way around.
It took me a while to learn that. You're saying it so easily. Oh, how challenging that was. So
It is,
how
yeah.
do you do that? How do you show gratitude? What's your process?
Oh, well, you know, um, as I age, sometimes I'm complaining about, my body and all different kinds of things. And then I actually think to myself, the alternative is dead. So I choose life and I'm grateful for whatever I have. And that's actually one of the things that really helps me. The other thing is there really is so much beauty and things that we can appreciate. And we need what we focus on grows stronger in our life. If we're complaining, then we attract what we don't want. So I definitely want to attract what I want.
I love it. Marilyn, let's switch gears for a moment now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm blue Caribbean water.
Mm.
What is your earliest childhood memory?
Well, one of them is my mom made me a pink tutu for my tap dance class, and it had sequins all over it. It was beautiful, and I felt beautiful when I wore it.
How old do you think you were?
I think I was maybe 6.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
Well, I found it in a bag in my closet several years ago, and I put it in a frame. And so I had it hanging on my wall for a while. And so I thought about it a lot. And then I recently gave it to one of my granddaughters. But it's a symbol of my mother's love for me.
How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
Hmm. Well, I didn't marry until I was 49, and my husband had 5 children from 15 to 24. And my mom died a week after my wedding. And I made a vow that I would be a stepmother and a mom who would channel my mother's love to them. And yeah, so that's been really important to me and my family and also with other people. Once I realized I was blocking love, I think we need more love in our lives. So that's what I really want to do.
Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind with that memory?
Sure, I'd love to hear it.
I love the concept of how we can cherish things and the value of things, but really in love, giving away that thing that we cherished or even
Mm,
worked hard for to obtain or even to maintain. How giving it away, giving that love to someone else, sharing, if you would, how
mm,
powerful that is, and that you would do that for your granddaughter, but more so even you sharing yourself. I mean, being single for 30 years meant you had a whole heap of love, right? That was just stored up on that window, if you would, that painting or even the frame that you did, right? Just framed, and that you were willing to be vulnerable and share your love. It's just
mm,
fascinating how that connects to me.
Thank you for that. That's wonderful.
You're welcome.
Yeah, really love. You can't hold on to it. You have to, it needs to move. It needs to flow.
That's beautiful. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
Well, this is funny. It, I went and looked at, I knew you were going to ask me this, and I went and looked, what were the songs when I was 12? And one of my favorites is Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow by the Shirelles.
Wow.
But when I coach people, one of the things we talk about is how the things that we say and listen to really like program our brain with those messages. And that song is about a woman feeling insecure and really expecting her partner is going to betray her. So I kind of have mixed feelings about that song now. I love it. I do love it, but the words really are not words that we as women want to be saying, or men. Will you still love me tomorrow? If you have doubt, you can't relax and really give yourself fully.
It is fascinating that one can learn from what someone has done as well as one can learn from what someone has not done. And
Mhm.
so it's part of life, I think. But it's amazing that love is still there in the midst of you understanding the different misconceptions. Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Well,
wonderful.
I have to say, well, I've been married 20 years now, and it's been quite a journey. Because as a single woman, I knew how to love as a single woman, not how to love as a true partner.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing journey. I think the book is never going to be the end in the explaining marriage.
Yeah, they'll be writing that as long as we have humans walking the face of the earth.
Exactly. Well, my friend, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Yes,
Marlon, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
my clients
Are you
and my,
married? Well, you said you're married,
yes,
yes? So sorry about that. You said your clients and.
my daughter Patrice, who works with me.
Oh, that's great. All
Yeah,
right. All right. Do you believe in God?
I do.
Do you?
And
Sure.
believe it or not, I think God is love, and the healing energy of love is powerful. So
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No, sometimes I wish I did.
So how about 3 hours a week?
Oh, I probably maybe 5 or 6 hours a week.
And what about screen time? The phone under the computer, is it more than 8 or less than 8?
Yes,
Okay.
more than 8 hours.
All
Yeah.
right. Marlon, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, what would you say that is?
I've said them, but I have two. Love is the answer, and let love in and let your love shine.
Yeah, I love that. Just like the two shoes, right? The two, what did you call the shoes? The dancing shoes?
Oh, my tutu, my
Yeah,
dancing outfit.
two. Yeah, just like those, right? Just the two options. I
Yes.
love that. Well, Marilyn, again, this has been a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Well, I just want to invite people, if love is the answer for you or you want to have more love in your life, then come and see me on your journey to lasting love. And I've got a new coaching program that I'm launching in about 10 days on communication.
And again, we can get that at
Lasting
yourjourneytolastinglove.com.
love. Yes.
There we go. Marilyn, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.